So yeah, this is the one Reborn. It's never really expressed or clear who or what that thing is. The only thing we're really told is that obviously he came from space, as shown in that cutscene. But why a giant horrible monster made of human body parts came from space, again, is not very clear. He's pretty gross though. Might want to pick that up. I don't know. Just falling apart over there. You look tired, man. Life's got you. Oh. Now, you may have noticed I immediately went up and killed those 6 Bell women. You need to do that or this fight is nearly impossible. So, but after that's taken care of, the easiest way to fight this guy, well, if he stops trying to rain body parts on me, is to walk right here between these legs and just slash away at him. Because then he falls, and then you attack his head. And rinse and repeat without getting smashed or killed. Okay, taking a lot of damage there. Yeah, he's constantly trying to rain body parts on you. There's not much you can do to like foresee that or avoid it. You just want to make sure you have high health at all times during this fight, and you'll pretty much be fine. You just want to attack his base, which is, I guess, is his weak point because it's what makes him fall over. And when he does that, you want to get away, because if you do not have high health, like I do on all of my characters, that will instantly kill you. So especially if you make it here early in the game, or early in your character's levels, that will just instantly kill you. So, as you see, not the hardest boss ever, but if you don't know what you're doing. Also, if you don't kill the bell ringing women. The bell ringing women really make this fight, because they will throw fireballs at you and heal him. So this fight can really go against you very quickly if you're not careful, like it is right now. Alright. And there we go. The one Reborn is dead. And we get yellow backbones, which are for chalice dungeons. So we don't need them right now. Like this lantern, we don't need to go back to that one yet. And onward we go. Not much to say about this area, really. Besides, all these guys have this really horrible cage on their heads. That will be explained later. And here we are, back at the lecture building. What a surprise, right? Now we came here earlier in one of my other streams, but we came to the bottom floor. There is no way to there's no way to transition from either floor to the other. The bottom floor just leads to an optional area, and the top floor automatically leads to a... the top floor you will always end up at as you progress through the game. The bottom floor is an optional area that, if you remember my other stream, is not an easy place to get to, as you have to have the tonsil stone, know where to find that, and know where to use it, which is pretty obtuse, but that's what these games are good at. So We can pretty much ignore all these guys. We don't really need anything in any of these rooms, so we can just go forward. There's a chunk over here for upgrading weapons that we want to grab. As these guys throw Quicksilver at us, and we just avoid them. These are students, by the way. It's not really clear what happened to them. They just kind of melted, I guess. So, there's that. Also, there's a church giant over there. Not sure why he's here. But onward we go. The lecture buildings are very small areas. They're only good for a few things. There's just some chalice dungeon stuff and a spell that you can get in the bottom floor. Oh, I'm sorry. There is a way to get between the top and bottom floor. There's a ladder in a specific room, but you can only go down into it once you go through the top floor. So, now we're in the Nightmare of Mensis. Now, I will say immediately, we are never told who Mensis is. Ever. So, there's that. And again, we hear the crying baby. That horrible, horrible crying baby. Now with the bell ringing woman, we might get invaded. Hopefully not. Now if you remember these guys, they also appeared in the optional area. They're called Silver Beasts, I found out recently. Not sure why they're called that, but whatever. I didn't name these things. Cheers. Okay, a human has invaded me. Now, I do not have full... there he is, right there, actually. Hello, sir. I'll bow to you. Alright, well, let's get this thing out of the way, then. Now, he's got the Blades of Mercy and the pistol. So, with his Blades of Mercy, he can chop me to pieces in a couple seconds. So, I have to be really careful about this. Especially when he's dual-wielding. Because I've used the Blades of Mercy, and you can get a lot of attacks out with the Blades of Mercy before you run out of stamina. Now, he's probably going to be the worst and run towards enemies, so I have to fight him out in the open. That light also affects him, so hopefully he gets hit by it. Yeah, he's just blocking my way to the lantern. We're not going to play his game. We're gonna sit right here until he decides to do something with his life. So.
Oh, 4 viewers now.
Yeah, I just. Hello, 4th viewer.
Shalom.
Yeah, I see you have arrived. Come on, buddy. Now, you'll notice I didn't hit him there, even though the sound of me hitting him played. That is what is known as lag. There we go. Oh, her. Excuse me. And we win! That was pretty well done on my part, I must say. Cool. That wasn't too bad. That's Mother Brain up there. Now, you may be asking yourself, Mother Brain from Metroid? No. But that's what everyone calls it, because we don't know what else it is yet. So. We're also making very good time, so I'm not worried about this at all. Let's get some upgrades in here. Get the good blood gem, because the blood gems I have right now are not that great. Oh, that damage increase. I love it. Yeah, I'll put over. Anything else? No. Actually, no, we'll put blunt damage back on. Wait, what's that? Oh. Never mind. I just put the wrong gem in the wrong spot. Alright. Let's get some levels. That guy's trying to kill himself with Chikage. A lot of people kill themselves in the beginning areas of these games. I'm not sure why. Because then they just have to wait for a load screen again. Maybe it's for fun, I don't know. So, whatever. We shouldn't need any more health or endurance for the rest of the game, honestly. So I'm probably just going to dump everything into skill to get more damage. Onward we go. Now, the next area of the game is actually one of my favorite areas. It's one of the coolest looking. Oh my, you cannot turn that on. It is a fan. It's still gonna blow into the mic. Are you crazy? Oh my god.
Sweating balls.
I know it's hot. I know it's hot up here. You'll be fine.
See a light.
If I keep going at the pace I'm going at, it's not going to take that long to get to the point I want to get to. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. Alright. Now, we want to avoid Mother Brain up there because she causes Frenzy. If you remember what Frenzy is, it's this game's version of Bleed. Well, one of them, anyway. There are actually two versions of Bleed in this game I found out recently. There's Frenzy, which only enemies can cause and you cannot. Oh, that hurt. And then there is Rapid Poison, which you and enemies can cause. Both are actually pretty interesting because Rapid Poison takes forever to be used against a human player. But it is good for enemies. And Frenzy is just really, really, really annoying. And I also forgot to upgrade my weapon while we were at home base. So I'm an idiot. Hopefully. If one of those boulders hits you dead on, it will just kill you. I've never had a character with enough health to withstand a dead on hit from one of those. I don't think you can. Now we want to kill this lady before she summons any more PvP adversaries for me. I really don't feel like fighting any more people. I got lucky that the last person wasn't that good. That's a spider. Now if we walk out here, we see that this entire room is infested with spiders. We're not going to fight these spiders. We're going to run. We're not going to fight Mama Spider either, because she's a pain. So we're going to run. Far, far away. There's that baby again. But then we're going to fight this guy, who uses the same weapon that I do. Don't know how I didn't get the... Ugh. This guy can actually be pretty tough if you don't know what you're doing, or you're not very good at PvP in these games. Good try. Gonna try to get the counter on him because it's very effective. Or we can just chop him to death with our sword. That works too. Come on. Nope. Nope. Still no counter, really. Every time I think I have the parry timing in this game figured out, I find out that I do not at all. Whoa! That spell is very strong, but it's pretty easy to dodge. And it leaves the person very open, so you don't want to use it very often. There's a chest over here, but I mean, all it has is, what does it have in it? It's, that's right, it has, Chalice and stuff, which again, we will not be using in this playthrough. I will do another playthrough. Eventually I want to do another playthrough where I do, like, everything possible in the game, like I do all the Chalice dungeons and stuff. But the Chalice dungeons are very, very long. and I don't want to put you guys through that, so I'm not going to do that in this playthrough. Now, you may be noticing that these guys do not attack me and are docile. Yeah, that's weird for these games, especially. So we're going to go ahead and leave them alone, because they have a lot of health anyway, and pretty high defense since they're covered in armor. Now, there is a specific circumstance where these guys attack you, but it is only when their masters are near. Luckily, right now, none of their masters are anywhere near me, so they're not attacking me. When we go down here, we see that this guy has a chain and an axe. We're going to avoid him. We're going to just avoid all of these guys, because I don't feel like fighting them, honestly. We'll go ahead and grab. Okay. Now, we're higher into the Tower of Mensis. Now, if you'll notice something weird about those crows and that dog back there has a crow head. So, yeah. This area of the game's kind of weird. Oh, if these guys kill me, I will be so embarrassed. Alright, we're good. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Okay. Jeez. I'm doing terrible. I apologize for my hubris. Come on. These guys are way tougher than they look. Well, I mean, they look like horrible, horrible monsters, and that's what they are. But they're still pretty tough. Now, here's another secret right here. The cage of one of them has a, if I remember right, it's a nice blood gem. That is another 18% damage increase blood gem. I have 2 blood gems that increase my damage by 18%. That is a lot. Okay. And now I have enough to upgrade my Ludwig's blade to +9. And then the only upgrade left is +10. And the only material in the entire game that can get you to +10 is super obtuse and ridiculous to find and get to. I think it's ridiculous, because in the other games they at least had 1 or 2 ways, not one, sorry, they had 2 or 3 ways for you to get an extra of these upgrade materials. This is back on the bottom floor, by the way. There's the bridge I crossed earlier. But in this game, so far, there's only one way outside of the Chalice dungeons, outside of very, very, very high-level Chalice dungeons. There's only one way to get the most powerful upgrade material. I've done most of the Chalice dungeons. Okay, well, not most of the Chalice dungeons. I've done most of one of the sets of Chalice dungeons, and it did not have any of the highest level upgrade material. So, I don't know what you need to do to get one of those upgrade materials, but the answer seems to be sacrifice a limb. So, and now we are exponentially more powerful than what we were before. We now do 430 damage, up from like the 200 we were just doing less than a half hour ago. So we're moving up in the world. And we only have 2 blood gems in this weapon, because I have not found a good blood gem for the 3rd slot. But we should soon, if I find it, because there's another blood gem for all slots that I also think does 18% increase in damage. But I don't remember for sure where it is. Now, the next boss we're going to fight is a joke. I fully think that he is a joke boss. I don't think he's supposed to be taken seriously at all. Because he is honestly the easiest boss in the entire game. Now shut up now. Now this is Mikolash, the host of the nightmare. Now, what that means is that this nightmare world that we are in is being hosted by his... the nightmare that we are in is being hosted by this guy's brain. So some great one planted this guy in a chair and said, you're gonna have this nightmare world in your brain. Now I don't know why he's running around like this. He's supposed to run into one of the rooms. Okay, I've never seen him do... Oh, there he goes. Oh my god. Okay, he usually doesn't do this. He usually just runs straight into the room. Seriously? What is going on here? Alright, let's try to circle him into the room. There, thank you. Okay. Now he comes into this room. There are two ads you want to kill. Because they're fast and they're actually kind of tough. And now, oh, now we fight Mikolash. Now, as you notice, I'm tearing him to shreds. Just let him do that. You usually get a backstab on him. I missed it there. We both decided to attack each other at the same time, and I lost that trade. Seriously? I'm trying to get him to come at me so I can do a backstab on him. But he's not. There we go. That's what I mean by that spell leaves you severely open to enemy attacks. That did not kill him. Blah, 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 he's a crazy person. Okay. That did a lot more damage than I expected it to. Now this next part of this boss fight is supposed to be a really long chase scene with Mikolash, and you're supposed to run up and drop down on him. But if you just keep pace with him... Oh, I might have missed it. Oh, I made it. If you just keep pace with him, you can make it into this room and you just fight him instead of having to run around and go find the way where you drop in through the top of this room and get in here with him. And now he tries to fight you with hand to hand, and he sucks at it. And all he's got is his two spells. That one of which sucks, and the other one's the only good one. Don't get me wrong, that spell is good if you know when to use it, but Mikolash does not. And there's Mikolash. As I said, he's probably the easiest boss in the game, so nothing too big or nothing really to worry about in the fight. Now, if you remember, Mikolash was that dead body that we came into the lecture building through, or it's implied that he is. We don't need to watch this cutscene; it's just a bridge raising. So I don't know why the nightmare world stays intact when he dies. Yeah, it's not very clear. Also, we get his helmet from him. There's not much else to say about it besides it looks ridiculous. So we're gonna stick with our regular helmet. There are some items that you want to run around and grab because there are some decent items hidden around the boss area. So there should be. I thought there was one there. Oh, it's over here. There it is. There's some more blood echoes. Here's some more. That is for an area that we will not see regularly. That is for an item. That is for an area that we're going to go through the back door, so we don't need the key. I mean, there's not much else in this area, honestly. Mikolash does a cool thing where he teleports through these mirrors, but since I kill him in the first rotation, he doesn't get to show it. This is where you would come up to this room and drop down onto Mikolash behind the gate, but again, that's the slow way to fight him, honestly. You shouldn't need to chase him at all. You should just be able to kill him pretty quickly. So the next area we're also basically going to run through because there's nothing we really need. So go back to the Hunter's Dream, level up a little bit, and move forward. Honestly, guys, we'll be done within the next, I want to say, half hour to an hour, and I kind of feel
Thirsty.
Do you? Okay, you just say you're thirsty.
Why did you know?
So I feel kind of bad for cutting it short tonight, but like I said, we're really close to the end of the game, and I don't want to do the end tonight, because there's a lot of optional stuff I want to show off at the same time. Because if I did all the optional stuff tonight, my last stream of this game for the time being would be like a half hour long. Because the end of the game is not that. Honestly, the end of the game does not take that long. So, I want to leave some stuff for the next stream. And the next stream will just be however long it takes me to beat the game, honestly. So, like, I have my official hours, but they'll be tentative and basically depend on what my plans are for that night. But those will still remain my official times. When I start playing other games, it'll be more consistent. Bloodborne is just weird in terms of progress and stuff. Like when I start playing online games and stuff, I can just do 4 hours of that without having to worry about what kind of ending I need to make for the video or whatever. So, like definitely when I do Mortal Kombat, when I do the story mode.
I need another Tekken game to come out, like next gen.
Tekken 7's coming out at some point.
When?
Soon.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how. Okay, I don't know how.
Soon for them is like 4 years.
I know. I'll look it up right now. Actually, we have time.
Soon for them is literally 4 years.
I know. I just know it's coming out